Oh, man, round two. Fantasy football playoffs are here in full effect. And hopefully you've got a couple of these players we saw have some big weeks, man. We just saw your boy Puka. Tell everybody how Puka did. Slayton's our resident Rams fan here. Tell him how he did.
Buddy, I mean, sad to watch that game slip between our fingers. It was a solid game from start to finish. I don't know what it is recently, but the Rams have been playing real weak in the fourth quarter, and they kind of let them slip away on that. But man, Puka and Matt Stafford just going on an absolute tear with Devontae Adams out. I'm pretty sure Puka got me like 40 points in one of my leagues. Like, that's just absurd, man. Like, to start your week with a 40-point player, that's going to push you through to the championship. So I'm hoping and praying on some of the teams that I have Puka on and Matt Stafford to make the chip, but we're looking good, man, from a start like that.
Yeah, a lot of people were sleeping on Matt Stafford this year. They're like, oh, he's old and this and that. Like, bro's looking like an MVP.
I'm still tickled pink that him and Christian McCaffrey made it all the way through the season, and that was the two biggest like red flag names coming into draft season. Everybody's like, "Don't pick him up, don't take him, don't take him in the first round, don't take Christian McCaffrey in the first round or in the second round. He's gonna get hurt week 3, blah blah blah." And you're like, now we're looking back at it, and if you had either of those two, you took the gamble or the risk on either of those two, you're sitting pretty, dude. Like
McCaffrey's got the second most fantasy points of any player this year. That's including quarterbacks, any of them. And he's only 1 point behind Josh Allen. So if that tells you anything, former MVP Josh Allen. So if you got a deal on Christian McCaffrey, you are very, very happy right now. But you're holding your breath, I think, because you're like, when's it going to happen? Hopefully not this week. Hopefully not next week. Hopefully you can finish the year strong. But, dude, yeah, Matt Stafford's looking amazing. And everybody got a smoking deal on Matt Stafford.
Oh, yeah, dude. Especially, like, best ball. Like, any of your home leagues, you were getting this dude, like, your second or third quarterback, dude.
Yeah.
People were taking, your Lamars, your Josh Allens, your Pat Mahomes. Like, I'm talking, they were taking Tua in front of this guy, Baker Mayfield in front of this guy.
Yeah. Nick here asked if we're 49ers fans. No, I'm the resident Colts fan here, so we're feeling the heat on Grandpa Rivers. Yes. Slayton's a Rams fan, and Mick, I believe, is a Rams fan as well. So, but Mick's not with us today. He should be here in a couple weeks once we start our kick off our Dynasty series for the season. We got Cool Goku. That's a pretty cool name though. Says yo. So thoughts on last night's games. Let's get into that. We're already kind of talking a little bit about Puka Nacua's performance, and then Matt Stafford's performance giving you about 31 points. So just if you stack them two, just between the two of them, bro, you're looking at about 78 points just between the two players.
Yeah. Yeah, I know in my one best ball league, dude, I had him, Matt Stafford, and Blake Corum, and I was praying on a Blake Corum fucking miracle here. He still got me 12 points, so I was sitting at like 83, 89 to start the week, so feeling really good.
Slay, you know what I want to hear?
Yeah, he's a Caleb fan, man. He's a really big fan. I mean, I've got to give him credit at this point. You know, Ben Johnson and Caleb have been phenomenal piecing the puzzle together. I feel like there's been a little bit of a disconnect with the wide receivers there. I don't like it's been like a total 360 from the beginning of the season where it was Roma Dunze was going crazy. We had like, Cole Kmet starting off pretty hot. And then,
Said my name is Joe Burrow, and every day I wake up with glass bones and paper skin.
yeah, no, for real. But no, I think the addition of Ben Johnson has really put Caleb in a different realm. You know, Ben Johnson came from the Lions. He came to be the head coach here, and we saw what happened when Caleb didn't have a solid support system and somebody that could actually be a coach there, an offensive coordinator that can actually call plays there. And now he's starting to get all of this, and we're starting to see some of the things that he was known for in college. Some of that athleticism that's bar none.
Right.
Uh, and it took a special coach to unlock that, and that's the thing. Like watching a lot of these guys that come into the league, we're so quick to kind of push them off or throw them aside. We saw it with Sam Darnold. We saw it with Caleb. We saw it with a lot of these guys. But like we're so quick to push them off and to throw them off into like, they're fucked. They're screwed. They didn't produce their first year. They're trash. And like that's not the case, man. Like at the end of the day, you get the right coaching situation. Same with Baker, man. You get the right coaching situations, the right team around him, the right atmosphere, and the right culture, dude. You will get what you want. You'll get uh, those hard games when you're within 3 points and you come back and you get that field goal. Like you get those game winning drives that you weren't getting. And that's what I'm most excited for. Is now this team is more competitive and it's starting to live up to the expectation that they should have.
Yeah.
They should have from the
I mean,
beginning, but they didn't.
unpopular opinion, I think Caleb Williams is going to end up being Kyler Murray.
I pray that's not the case. Like I really hope that we get to see him flourish, but the realm of outcomes is infinite at this point.
Yeah.
He could be the next Pat Mahomes. Who knows? Like
All right, easy there, Chris Collinsworth.
hey,
Patrick Mahomes.
here's a guy. But no, like
See how
seriously.
that kicker just made that field goal? It's kind of how Patrick Mahomes, makes everything better with the Chiefs.
But no, like seriously though, he could be, the next Lamar Jackson. You never know what this league can bring to us.
I just think with Caleb Williams, like he's good right now, but once they start, I just don't think he knows football like other quarterbacks do. Like a guy like Lamar Jackson, he just has that it. He has it. Caleb right now, I think he's doing well. He's like the sixth best fantasy quarterback. So, got to give him props for that. But me personally, do I believe this is going to be longevity for Caleb Williams? Is this going to continue for 5 years? I don't think so. But let's get to and that's something that we'll break down in our Dynasty series as well, talking about future quarterbacks and stuff. So if you're interested in Dynasty, make sure you subscribe and come back during the postseason, and even after that, we'll be doing a whole series. We'll break down different shows. But Mick says Harvey. So he's talking about RJ Harvey or Tyrone Tracy. Who you got?
Ooh,
And why? Let's tell them why.
what are the matchup on those? I feel like one's
So
playing defense for whatever reason.
actually, RJ Harvey's playing the Jaguars defense, who actually has looked really good. And
Yeah.
and then Tyrone Tracy's played the Vikings defense, they're beatable. I mean, they're not like a crazy defense, but they're not horrible.
If I remember correctly, the Broncos Jags game, I want to say the over under was like something absurdly high. Like they're expecting this game to be a big game. With that being said, I would think that probably Harvey's going to have the better shot to score more points. I do believe that the front 4 or 5 for the Vikings is pretty solid when it comes to their defensive line. So I'd probably lean Harvey. I think that they're going to have to put up points in this game to stay alive with the Jaguars being red hot right now. Um, I'm hoping that this is not like a whole like fraud identity with the Jaguars. And little sidebar on this too. Uh, from what I know, I believe if Liam Cohen wins today, he is the 5th most winningest coach in Jaguars history. Let that one sink
Isn't
in.
that insane?
Let that one sink in, boys. Like fucking what? like, oof, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
I
I'm
like RJ Harvey here. Even though the Jacksonville Jaguars have been really good against the running back, man, they've given up the 4th fewest fantasy points to the running back position. So it's not great, but this should be kind of a shootout. And RJ Harvey is really good catching the ball. So I know Audric Estime and all that stuff is there, but I believe in the talent of RJ Harvey.
He's got that breakaway speed too. If you've watched any of his highlights from fucking college, that dude's just breaking off runs like it's
Yeah.
nobody. His straight line speed's insane.
A dad with 10 kids who is also a grandpa, but has also been called up to start for the NFL. Yeah.
Nah, I'm pretty sure old boy called himself, dude. Cause like he's trying to get away from those kids, bro. He's like,
Yeah. High school football season's over where he's at. So it's like, oh my God.
yeah, all the kids are back at the house. I'm gonna have to do fucking winter break with these kids all fucking off school. You think I'm gonna stay at home for a whole month with all 10 of them? Nah.
Yeah. Not happening. Not happening at all.
Boy,
So we've got some outs to talk about. Some players that are not playing today. Again, Alvin Kamara, you're missing him again. What hurts with that is we saw some shine from Devin Neal, but he's out too. Now he's gone for the season. So it's like, huh?
Audric Estime,
Yeah. So do you want to go grab Audric Estime or?
dude. I'd rather let the whole world burn.
Yeah, I don't think you want to rush out to get the RB3 on any team.
At this point, if you're rushing out to go pick up Audric Estime, you've got bigger issues to fry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I man, you should have more depth than that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it way late in the season. If you're fighting to catch that right now and preying on that, and like I mean, I'm harping like I didn't just start Blake Corum, but like, hey, listen, listen, dude, like,
Yeah, but Corum's got a little bit better pedigree though than Estime.
I mean, yeah, but like, still, like,
Corum
it's
could have been really good if he wouldn't have gone to the Rams.
100%. 100%. I wish that he would take a page out of Ben Johnson's book.
Yeah,
And
which actually kind of brings me to something that I wanted to mention today as well. Kenneth Walker had a really good showing, which has been rare for him this year because for some reason we've seen this new Seattle regime. They love Charbonnet. They
yeah,
love Charbonnet, and Kenneth Walker just seems to be falling through the cracks. So, which another player will be talking about that backfield as well in our dynasty series. But dude,
what's crazy is when I looked at the betting lines before the game on that, he was projected like 79 rushing yards. And I was like, that's stupid high. I'm like, what's going on here? And
yeah,
like I really thought about bashing the under on that, and I sat there and thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna put in a parlay tonight. Like I'm gonna just chill out and do my thing, and just watch the game and not let everything dictate what pisses me off. You know.
yeah,
But then I went and looked back at my phone, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, after the game had started, and I was like, "Oh, buddy, he's already up to like 14 points." So I was like, "What's going on here?" And then he just went out and had an absolute day. So like, I don't know, but it looked really suspicious in the app whenever I was looking at the betting lines, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Man, I don't see this happening." And then sure as shit, I was like, "Man, like they probably made some money off the under on that one, boy."
Yeah. So we have another question. Bo Nix versus the Jacksonville Jaguars defense, who's actually looking pretty decent, or Jacoby Brissett, old meaty brisket over there, against the Falcons. Now it's a home game for the Cardinals, so they have that in their favor, and it's also a home game for the Broncos, so they have that in their favor. Word is that Marvin Harrison is going to be back, but on a limited snap count. Do you think that's just smoke, or do you think that's for real?
I mean, I don't think it makes a difference. Truthfully,
You think Michael Wilson?
he's shown that he's got that bond with Michael Wilson, and I don't know if it was playing with like second team reps or what the whole deal was, but he seems to have some sort of chemistry with Michael Wilson. So I don't, especially having a guy coming off an injury and you're going to put him on limited snaps. I'm not trusting that.
No.
Like I just I don't.
So are you going Bo Nix over Jacoby Brissett, or are you just more referring to Marvin Harrison?
Bo Nix for sure.
Okay.
But no, I was referring to Marvin Harrison. Like I don't think that's going to do a drop in the bucket for him. Like he's basically going to be out there to be a decoy. You know?
Yeah. I will give Jacoby Brissett the credit on this. Comparing him to Kyler Murray, I think Jacoby Brissett is a better distributor of the ball because I've said many times, like I feel that Kyler Murray is not a good passing quarterback. He's a phenomenal athlete,
Yeah.
but I think Jacoby Brissett is better if you're trying to run a passing offense.
Yeah.
So I think this helps with if you're a Marvin Harrison owner. Would I trust being a Marvin Harrison owner? Not really. I like where you're going with the decoy.
Yeah, I think it's going to open up more, make more openings for Michael Wilson
Yeah.
to operate,
Yeah.
because getting all the coverage as of late. So hopefully that helps. But like if we were talking like, oh, James Conner's coming back. Yeah. Yeah, I would be fucking like, okay, yeah, because that
Yeah.
means boy, they still don't have a rushing attack. That's my big thing on this whole deal is
They haven't
that
had a consistent running back the whole season.
no, they're trotting out Michael Carter, which is just as bad as like going and picking up fucking Estime. Like,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
like, uh,
I gotta go the opposite way with this one. I'm gonna go Jacoby Brissett. Because I do think the Jaguars defense, and I know everybody watching over on Third and Teal, they're probably gonna like me saying this, but I think the Jaguars defense has really come on, man. Like they are looking really good. Not to say Bo Nix is not a good quarterback, but I think the matchup, which I have to take that into account. I think the matchup is better against the Falcons. You got a softer defense, plus the Falcons can still sneaky put up some points to keep the Cardinals having to either maintain their lead or if they do get behind, play catch up. I mean, we're looking at two teams that are not great. Jacoby Brissett is the only reason this team is 3-11 right now. And then the Falcons being 5-9 right now, they're not competing for anything, but
Bo Nix has more on the line. That's where my
he
heart.
does.
He
Yes.
has he has more to have to contribute towards. So that's where like I think this game has the potential of like defense off the fucking like defense out of the way. It's going to be a shootout. But we have to also.
Jaguars Broncos, you think it's gonna be a shootout?
I feel like it could be.
I think that's going to be a kind of low scoring game because I feel like both defenses are good. I mean, both offenses are doing well too. The Jaguars started off really bad on offense, but I think I don't know. I think that one might be a little lower.
Their defense is way better than what the Cardinals defense is, so they're going to be off the field a lot more often. where their offense is going to be on the field more often. If you have a stellar defense, you're shutting down. You're only doing, a drive, like a 4-down drive. You're going a 4 and out, and you're getting your offense back on. That's going to equivalent to more points and more time.
Well, hold on. So the Falcons and Cardinals have two bad defenses. So that means their offenses should score more points, which in fantasy football, that's what we want, though. We want the opportunity to score more points.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm going with Brissett, is because he's going to have more opportunity to score more points and be on the field more than the Broncos and Jags, who it should be a defensive struggle. I mean, like I said, Bo Nix is awesome. Like I'm not anything against Bo Nix, but look at this. Bo Nix has been the starter all year, right? Yep. He's only 500, 400 something yards ahead of Jacoby Brissett. Yep. So, I mean, Brissett he's not scared to chunk the ball. He's kind of on that like half Jameis Winston role right now.
Oh, yeah.
Where Jameis is like, to heck with it, but just chunk it down there. And Michael Wilson, for the most part, has been there. And not to mention, he's got Trey McBride, who's already over 1,000 in receiving. So, like, Trey McBride is right now, in my opinion, the best tight end in football going for the next 4 years at least. Like, he's giving me no reason to not say that.
This year, without a doubt, he has been unreal this year, and I'm super happy of all the shares that I have of him currently because he's been ripping it up.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to be able to afford Trey McBride, especially in tight end premium leagues and Dynasty. Nah, that's over with, man.
Yeah.
But, all right, so you're saying Bo Nix. I'm going Jacoby Brissett. Hopefully we've given the viewers enough on each side to kind of help them make their decision there. Back to Packers Bears.
Yeah.
So we talked about Caleb Williams. How about DJ Moore, man? Like, we saw that game-winning touchdown from them. Phenomenal catch, dude. Phenomenal catch.
Crazy turn of the guard on that offense so far as, like, it was all operating with Rome Odunze at the beginning of the season, and now everything's going to DJ Moore, and like back-to-back weeks, incredible catches and throws at the end of the game. It's starting to look good on tape, and I'm really excited to kind of see what this team has to offer once they start getting all of those receivers on the same page, like Luther Burden and Rome Odunze and DJ Moore. All of them, if they were all on the same page, this is going to be an absolute juggernaut. But they haven't been able to get them all on the same page yet. Like, eventually, I think it's going to happen. But so far, I really feel like Ben Johnson's doing a really good job of running that offense and making it all scheme together correctly. Where I think in the years prior, it just has not meshed well. And you have, just trash bag offensive coordinators and coaches there.
Matt Nagy. I do like the fact that Ben Johnson is running that double-headed monster, like, for real football. I do like the fact he's running that double-headed monster. He's making Monangai look really good. But I think that helps a lot with keeping them both fresh. But the only thing stopping this offense from looking like the Lions offense with their double-headed monster and Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery is they just don't have David Montgomery is better than both these running backs, even DeAndre Swift, so like their RB2 is better than any of the running backs on this list. Now, if we were seeing 100% Swift or 100% Monangai, it might be a little different story then. You're going to see over 100 yards a game, with a touchdown. But because they're splitting, this is a backfield I kind of want to avoid a little bit. We're starting to see this, though, with other teams doing this running back by committee. And it's like, man, I don't want to touch that. Just like Seattle, another game we had where we were just talking about earlier about Kenneth Walker, how Kenneth Walker came out and had 25 points when it's been pretty much Zach Charbonnet that they've been googly-eyed over. And so it's like, dude, why can't I trust that backfield? Because one week, Walker seems to be the focus, and next week Charbonnet seems to be the focus. What's going on? So, good thing is the with Rams in Seattle. You saw pretty solid rushing on each side, so that was good. If you're, Kyron Williams owner, Kenneth Walker owner, but Kenneth Walker owners have been real shy about him all year long. But so there's things to look forward to there.
That's the problem, is you don't know when to start the cat. And
right.
Truthfully, boomer bust, where like with the Lions, when they have Demont and Gibbs, like you can start both of them with confidence every week. Like you don't have like a huge downfall every week or every other week, with one of them. Like they both get you at least 10 points. And that's why I love David Montgomery. He is one of my favorite best ball targets and favorite people to draft in redraft, because everybody sleeps on him and is like, oh, Gibbs is going to take over this year. They don't want to give Gibbs all that fucking touches, man. Like they don't want to do that because they're going to run that poor cat into the ground. And they know that they are going to have to utilize him later in the year. That's why there is a breather back there in place, and one that is electrifying, in his own right. So that's, and as a lot of these guys get so overwhelmed with the bell cow role, and like it's shown that you can have two great producers, if they're on the same page and you're utilizing them correctly.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me because like so many of these other offense tries to utilize that approach, but somehow does not get it together.
Yeah. Before we get into more of the players that are out for this week, we have if you see as you see the scroller going across the screen, if you subscribe at Kingmaker Sports YouTube channel, we are giving away a free jersey to one lucky fan. Once we reach 200 subscribers, that'll be a jersey or you're choosing for, your favorite fantasy player, whatever. We'll get one ordered and sent that way. But you have to be a subscriber to Kingmaker Sports YouTube channel. I know we're streaming to a couple different channels right now. We're part of the AFC South network, where we have, if you're a Titans fan, we got Titans Table for Two. Andrew and Christian over there are killing it. If you're a Jaguars fan, we got Third and Teal. You get Isaiah, Eric, and Trevor over there. They're blowing up real big right now. The Jaguars are doing really good, so they're having a lot of success. Love to see that. Also, if you're a Texans fan, that Real Texas Team podcast with Curtis and Mike and Chris and the crew over there. Again, man, the Texans are looking pretty good as well. So go check them out. And then Unstabled, if you're a Colts fan, you can find Jeff and myself over at Unstabled, talking all things Colts. We've had some fun guests on. Even some people with the team. So come over and check all these different shows out. Or if you want to see all of us get together and talk crap to each other, watch this AFC South show, where every one of us are just talking crap. That's all we're doing, is talking crap, previewing and reviewing games, and we're getting ready for the playoffs, and just making fun of the Titans because they're giving away the first overall pick. But anyway, so back to it. Hopefully, you get the free jersey if you subscribe to Kingmaker Sports YouTube channel. Back to our players that are out, Slayton. So we talked about Alvin Kamara. He's still out with a knee and ankle injury. So, and then of course you can't rely on Devin Neal because he's IR as well. Dylan Sampson, he's going to be out. His hand's still bothering him, but I don't think this affects anything. If you have Quinchon Judkins and you just had Sampson as your handcuff, you're still fine. Quinchon Judkins is good. And Bashal Tutin is out with a finger injury. So that's even more confidence, I feel like, in ETN, which I've been preaching. ETN is good at football. He still got it. Your boy Rashee Rice out with a concussion. But he ain't the only Chiefs receiver that's out with concussion. Tyquan Thornton. So if you got Rashee Rice and Tyquan Thornton out for the Chiefs, and you've got Patrick Mahomes out with an ACL for the season, so is this fire up Xavier Worthy with confidence?
Buddy's got like a total of 20 points between the last 6 weeks, man. Like, I don't know if I can trust him.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, which is crazy because the man's got so much ability, but I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs had just been really trying to replace Tyreek Hill ever since they lost him. But our next one that's out is David Njoku with the Browns. So they're missing Njoku and they're missing Dylan Sampson. So two really good pass catchers for them. So does this bode well for any of their receivers? I mean, I think it's going to benefit with Dylan Sampson and David Njoku out for the Browns.
I mean, I think it translates to more of a run game. That's for sure. You know,
Yeah, because
with
Judkins doesn't get a lot of targets. He'll probably get like 3 targets a game.
yeah, no, I think it'll contribute more to the run game, and they're going to run the ball more because like there's really not much left that you can do with that offense. Jerry Judy sucks. He's trash. Anybody that's still holding hope for him, like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I
What are we?
mean, the Bills' defense hasn't been what they've been in the past either.
No,
So it's not like Judkins can't run on them or anything like that. I do think that Judkins is going to have a decent game against the Bills
yeah,
because the Browns are going to have to play catch up. I mean, plain and simple, the Bills are going to put points up. Or excuse me, Josh Allen is going to put points up
yeah.
because he forgets there's other people on the team.
Well, that's because there are nobodies on the team other than James Cook. You know, all the rest of
No
those dudes.
love for Keon Coleman.
I mean, like I have him on Dynasty, but like he's not been the best of players. That's for
Yeah,
damn.
no, I was messing with you on that. No, he hasn't been anything this year, which
Yeah,
I love the talent. I think the guy's all right. It sounds like he could use a little attitude adjustment though.
yeah, he's fucking around off the field too. Like he's not being like. It's so crazy to me because I watched the Bond and the thing that they had. Well, we love you, brother. Um, it's one of those things that like it hurts me to see this happen time after time, and it's just
Yeah,
goofy. It's goofy, and like all the players that he has there, like there's nobody like Keon Coleman comes out here and he's screwing around, not showing up to team meetings, showing up late, and like Josh Allen just needs somebody
yeah.
there to contribute.
He
And
hasn't had anybody consistent since Stephon Diggs was there.
yeah, and they let him go for whatever reason because they're both being divas, and I'm like, hey, come on, man, like let's get a team together here and
Yeah.
like the
Quarterback's always going to win the diva battle, like always.
oh
So yeah, Diggs, you're good, bro, but Josh Allen is their franchise, and
yeah.
it kind of forced him out of town.
And it's crazy for me because like I feel like it's the same deal that they do in Baltimore. Like you've got a dynamic MVP type caliber QB, a fucking solid running back, and then just bums outside of that.
Yeah. Um, so we got Saints or Bills defense this week. So Bills defense playing the Browns. So pretty good matchup there. And then you got the Saints. So the Saints are playing the Jets. Pretty good matchup there. But it's like, man,
Um, I
on
believe
at first look, I want to go Saints defense.
which of those teams are at home though.
So New Orleans is playing at home, and the Browns are playing at home. They're both at home. I mean, the Bills are away. They're in Cleveland. The
I
weather
would
should be fine in Cleveland for the
say
Bills, and then of
Saints.
course, they're playing at the Dome in LA, in Louisiana.
Saints. I always give the coin flip if it's like a neck and neck. I always give the coin flip to the home defense.
Yeah, and I think the Saints have a better matchup playing a horrible Jets team that has no idea. Mason Taylor's out. He was our next player that we were going to talk about. Mason Taylor, their good rookie tight end, is looking pretty good this year. He's out. So yeah, go Saints defense on that, man. So Matt says Stroud or Shuck. I had Mahomes. Man, my heart feels for you about the Mahomes stuff. For fantasy, he was looking pretty darn good. I think Tyler Shuck, bro.
I'd go Stroud.
You're gonna go Stroud? I mean,
Yeah,
I can't say that's bad. I mean, they're playing a bad Raiders team.
they're fighting right now to get in the playoffs and that type of stuff. So yeah,
And they're in Houston, so they might do a little extra, put a little extra mustard on that hot dog, for the fans at home.
Been playing out of their mind the last couple weeks, so like I'm riding with the hot hand.
Okay. All right. I mean, I can't disagree with you there. I can definitely see the argument for Stroud, and I believe in CJ Stroud. I like CJ Stroud. He is playing a pretty crappy defense. Reason why I'm going to go with Shuck over Stroud, and it's not because Stroud's a lesser quarterback. It's only because I think the Texans are going to get way, way ahead, and they're just going to run the ball with Nick Chubb, and you might see some Davis Mills in there if the Texans get too far ahead. At least the Saints and Jets, they have nothing to play for. So they're just going to go out and just say, F it, let's just play ball. That's the only reason why I'm going Tyler Shuck on that one. Smash like button. Man, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hopefully you saw that ticker we got about getting winning a free jersey at our drawing once we make 200 subscribers on Kingmaker Sports YouTube. So go ahead and do that, man. Mick says Breece Hall or Tony Pollard. Breece possibly checked out and Pollard playing for a new contract.
Pollard, baby.
Tony Pollard. Yeah, man, that's a tough one, dude, because the Saints defense is pretty crappy. But
Saints
I don't
solid.
Huh?
Saints defense has been solid near the end of the year here. So, I mean, I would probably lean Pollard, to be honest with you, at this point. He's been hot the last 3 weeks. You're playing a trash bag of a team, remaining of a corpse of the Kansas City Chiefs this week. Like, their fight is done.
Yeah, and Pollard can do a lot out of the backfield, too, with his hands.
The ball, yeah.
Yeah, Pollard, so that adds a lot of value. You know what? I was going to say Breece Hall, but you talked me into it. I'm going to go Tony Pollard here on this one. So, Mick, go ahead and fire up Tony Pollard, man.
They're trying to win that second pick in the draft.
Yeah, and he's right. He's talking about Breece being checked out because we know at the trade deadline, Breece was pissed off that he didn't get traded. Like, he clearly wants out of New York. But I feel bad for really anybody. Like, obviously, you're going to get rookies and young guys because they're just excited to be in the league. Breece is like, this place sucks. Somebody get me out of here.
Yeah, he's been there a couple years. Like, this is a hellhole. Like,
yeah, what? He will not be signing an extension there. Let's just be clear about that.
I would not be surprised if the Chiefs went after him very hard in the offseason.
Yeah. Devil Dog says we're insane. So we didn't see him last week. Are we talking about the Texans? You talking about me on the stuff with Stroud and the Texans? Because I know you're a Texans fan. You posted in the chat earlier. But like I said, I'm not disagreeing that CJ Stroud isn't good. I just think Shuck has a better matchup playing against a crappier team, which is weird to say, a crappier team than the Raiders. But I would say free agency is way better than getting traded though. Oh yeah, you definitely can pick where you want to go.
Pick your price and pick where you want to go.
So let's play a game real quick. Like where would the ideal landing spot be for Breece Hall in free agency?
Free agency, probably the Chiefs.
Why is every landing spot for running backs the Chiefs?
Because they have trash bags there. They're gonna have to do a complete retool. They need a younger guy that still's got a lot of tread on their tires to do the retool with. I think it would probably be Breece Hall. Unless they go out there and tack one in the draft and get like a Jeremiah Love this year, which is best or not best ball, but dynasty talk. But I could see them going after Jeremiah Love, but like Breece Hall kind of checks the boxes of what they're looking for in that type of guy.
Yeah.
Catch, somebody that is an efficient runner when they have a line in front of them. I think that would be, I could see him potentially going to like the Bears. I don't know if Swift or either of those guys have a whole bunch of time there, but there's several teams that I could see that would benefit from getting Breece Hall, but like ideally, I think he's probably trying to target one of these teams that are playoff bound.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to go like, oh, I want to go win a Super Bowl. Like, okay, well, first sometimes you can build a team, but how about a couple teams here? I got one that might interest you. The Cardinals.
That was gonna be my next little rip there, but like, what about Trey Benson? Everybody's been on Trey Benson's, jock the whole season. So like,
Like I believe in Trey Benson. I believe in the talent, but the problem is the opportunity there. It's like what the Cardinals.
I
I don't know
believe
what's going on with them.
uh I don't know. Like I think that he would probably be best suit somewhere. I don't there's so much going on with the Cardinals. Like I don't see that being appealing for him, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think there's three teams that would make sense for Brees Hall. One of them being the Chiefs, like you said, because that's the ideal spot, and then two, I think the Titans because they're still uncertain, and then the Cardinals, like I said earlier. Brandon Hallam says the Cowboys. I 100% believe they are re-signing Javonte Williams. He is not going anywhere.
Javonte Williams has been way too good for them. Well, you never know, dude. They did the same shit with Tony Pollard. They did the same shit with Rico Dowdle. So I mean, there's always openings there. But like,
So play Pollard over Hall this week. Yeah, we're saying go. We're saying go Pollard, man. We think
yeah,
because Pollard's going to have they're going to be trailing, so they're going to need to pass the ball. And Pollard has shown in the past that he is good out of the backfield catching the ball.
yeah, he's been solid. He's been solid these last couple weeks. I think he's been over 10 points in a half PPR setting for like the last four. So
Yeah,
I they've been showing trust in him, and I don't know if it's just Tajay Spears has been lackluster per usual, or just continuously getting hurt like he normally has been. But
yeah,
Pollard's been solid now that they're starting to click a little bit on offense. But we'll see what happens.
yeah.
I do not. Oh
So
yeah, no.
Brandon asked Brees Hall or R.J. Harvey.
I'm taking Pollard over Hall. I'm definitely taking Harvey over Hall.
I figured you were going that direction. Yeah, because I think R.J. Harvey is like the young version of Tony Pollard.
Yeah,
Like I just see so many similarities.
Harvey's just got so much breakaway speed. It's unreal, dude. Like
Yeah,
he home run hit. If he gets out in the distance, it's over with, dude. Like I've watched so much of his. Like he was one of my biggest spotlights in the draft whenever I was looking at running backs and who I wanted to target. And like, dude, just something about his tape. Like, dude just jumped off the.
yeah,
It's like, whoa, like it groundbreaking speed. You're like, holy cow, like what's going on here? And I mean, I don't know. I'm just in love with him right now. All these running backs this year have really came to fruition, which has been awesome.
yeah.
Genty, but that is more so because of their line than it is his problem. Or at least I hope that's what the fucking deal is. But
um. So another question from it says, "What about playing Marvin Harrison Jr. instead of Tony Pollard or Hall in the flex?"
oh, how about no?
Yeah,
Knock it
uh,
off. Oh,
don't do that. So the reason why is Marvin Harrison Jr. is they've already said that he's going to be on a snap count. So right then and there, I'm like, whoa, let me pump the brakes on that. I do like the fact that Brissett is throwing the ball instead of Kyler Murray, but I don't like the fact that they're coming out saying he's going to be on a snap count, especially with Michael Wilson just tearing the league up right now. So I'm going to pump the brakes on Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think this week is the week for that. If you make it to the finals next week, then that would be something to explore. But let's see this week how they're going to integrate him back into the offense with the success and the relationship with Brissett and Wilson. What?
let's make sure that he's even at a whole 100%, dude. Like, if he's coming out on a snap count, that means he's not 100%. And you're risking re injury.
Yeah,
Like that I don't want any sort of possibility of less than 100%. I don't want that in my lineup because
yeah,
I want somebody that I know is going to be out on that field. That is 100%. That's not going to be lacking in speed. That's not going to be lacking in movement. Like, he has no restrictions.
Yeah.
That's
So this just in, Texans running back Woody Marks is expected to be out today per Ian Rappaport. So Jawar Jordan, Nick
yep.
Chubb.
I guess Jawar Jordan, but like that's fucking gross. They're
It's
both.
not ideal. I will give you that. It's not ideal.
It's like Estime. You know, going back to that, it's like going back to Estime. It's gross.
Glad we can help you out there, buddy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button at Kingmaker Sports so that way you can get entered to win a free jersey too. We do live shows on Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. That's when we'll be doing the drawing. Once we hit 200 subscribers, that's when we'll do the drawing, man. Go get you that jersey, bro. Glad we can help you out. Hopefully you make the playoffs, and we'll come back on Tuesday when we go over other things.
He's probably already made the playoffs. He's just got to make the chip.
Oh, yeah, he definitely in the playoffs for sure. Wish him the best of luck. Says Parkinson killed me this week in 3 weeks. What do you think the process for starting him and experts having him so high? Do you think it is vindicated?
I wanted no.
Three leagues. He has him in 3 leagues.
I wanted no part of Parkinson, brother.
Yeah, that's just not part of that offense that I'm interested in. I'm not interested in the Rams tight ends.
Yeah, like I understand. Like I think the big thing was that Devontae Adams was out, so they were thinking like, oh, the tight end is going to immediately eat off of that. Which no. They're going to feed Puka.
Oh yeah,
They're going to feed that man. We've seen it happen last year whenever Cooper Kupp went out. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
then Puka there by himself, and they fed that man. Like I have no hope in Colby Parkinson right now, and like I hate to say it because I like the dude. Like, don't get me wrong.
Good man. Like, we're gonna help you get that. We're gonna help you get that championship, brother.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
So Brandon, one of our Texans fans that like to join us here, love that loyalty. Jawar Jordan, Texans love guys with initials JJ.
Yeah.
So that deep cut, JJ Moses, Jacoby Jones. So I get that reference. So growing up in Houston, I get that reference.
I
don't know, man.
Him back, dude.
Huh?
I wish they'd get a JM back, dude. You know, where's this Joe Mixon been hiding?
Oh, that dude's done in Houston, bro. He's
like, what the fuck, man?
I mean, now would be the time if you're Joe Mixon, like, oh, I want to come out now when I can play. But I think he got pissy when they signed Nick Chubb. I think he went on a little tantrum because you haven't seen nothing from him. He kind of stepped away. The Texans been kind of sweeping under the rug, you know?
Yeah, just like the radio silence on him, which is crazy. And same with Tank Dell, dude. I haven't seen that dude in the public in forever.
Tank Dell?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing mainly like appearances and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be keeping my eyes on, like, I love me some Tank Dell. I think Tank Dell is an amazing, talented player. I'm
excited to see what happens when he comes back.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got a tight end question. This is a good one. I know where I'm going with this. He says Waller or Fannin. So we got Harold Fannin playing the Bills. We just talked about David Njoku being out. Harold Fannin has already shown that he can put up some numbers when given the targets and the opportunity. And then Darren Waller playing the Bengals. That the Bengals should put up some points against the Dolphins, especially with Quinn Ewers starting today. Don't forget that Quinn Ewers is starting today in Miami. So what do you think, man? Darren Waller or Harold Fannin Jr.?
Probably Waller. As much as it pains me to say, probably Waller.
With Quinn Ewers, it's probably not a bad call there. Quinn Ewers' first start. He's going to be a little shaky, a little nervous, and then going to be playing from behind with the Bengals.
Yeah.
So Darren Waller's a big target out there. So it's not a bad idea there. Harold Fannin Jr., though, is really, really good receiving tight end, just like Darren Waller. But man, that's a really tough one, dude. Man. Where do I want to go with that? So Harold Fan against the Bills. We know the Bills are going to be putting up points. Oh, dude, you gave me a really tough one. I have to go with Waller as well. Man, I really want to go Darren Waller, but something inside me says Harold Fannin. Something inside of
I,
me says Harold Fannin.
hey, listen, for my purposes, I hope Harold Fanning goes crazy because I have him in a best ball league right now that I'm praying that gets through. But I mean, at the same time, like I just don't trust that offense right now at all.
Even more so to say Fannin, I think. So Harold Fannin has put up respectable numbers being splitting time with David Njoku this year.
Yeah.
And look at if you look at the last like 3-4 weeks, let's just go the last 3 weeks, right? Home against San Francisco, 10.3. Now, this is not tight end premium. This is just standard PPR. Home against Tennessee, 28.4, where he saw 11 targets, 8 receptions for 114 and a touchdown. He also scored a touchdown against San Francisco. At Chicago, he got 14 targets, 7 receptions, but he didn't get a touchdown. He only had 48 yards. So it was a lot of short stuff at Chicago. So his target share is going through the roof right now.
Yeah.
So I think this is one where you and I are going to split again. I got to stick with my gut and go Harold Fannin.
I feel like Waller's more of an end zone target. Granted, do I think they're going to sniff anywhere close to the end zone? I don't know. You know, like with Quinn
Yeah.
Ewing, like I've seen a little bit of his tape of what he looks like in high pressure situations.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking crumpling. So I mean, I'm
It doesn't
interested
help Fannin, though, that the Buffalo Bills are the best defense against a tight end. Like
that's
the best.
because you're playing a solid defense there, where Waller he's not really playing a solid
No,
defense.
no. It's definitely a tough, a good question, man. Thank you. That we love those tough questions. Slayton saying Waller, man. I'm going Fannin. I know it sucks that we're splitting on that, but hopefully we've given you enough on each side to kind of help with your decision there. I mean, Buffalo's still trying to figure their stuff out too, so I don't know. That's a tough question, but yeah. So we're kind of split on that one. So I'm going Fannin. Slayton is going Waller for you, man. Devil Dog says "oorah" all. So okay, so Slayton, you know what he means by one Devil Dog and then "oorah"?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was in the Army, so we always jack with Marines about eating crayons. So
Yeah.
Devil Dog, I hope you tell me what's your favorite flavor of crayon. But all right, so we talked about some other players that are being out. So Mason Taylor for the Jets, they're playing the Saints in New Orleans today. Um, don't really expect much from that game, but Mason Taylor's had a pretty exciting season. I think you see a lot, especially if you're in tight end premium leagues. I think you've seen a lot from Mason Taylor. Let's look ahead a little bit. How do we feel like, just like we talked about a Harold Fannin, these tight end, this crop of tight ends that came in this year? Like, how are we feeling about them? Because even like Elijah Arroyo in Seattle has had spots where he looked good. I mean, what are some guys that if we're in keeper leagues, who are some guys we're trying to hold on to, trying to stash for next year?
The only one that I would be truthfully like really holding on to right now is Fannin. That dude has really came out and shown that he was the tight end of tight ends this year. That came out. I mean, Colson Leveland was awesome. Like he's been pretty solid here and there. And then trying to think. I don't know, but Harold Fannin's been insane. given what he was given, and he's behind a dude that was notably like a big time target in that
Yeah.
offense, and he's carved out a role and showed that he is everything that he was in college. And like if you go back and look at his stuff in college, he's been phenomenal. I mean,
So
Tyler.
he's the number 8. What if I told you that Harold Fannin was the number 8 tight end this year in fantasy at this point?
Yeah, yeah. And like, I mean, Tyler Warren's been phenomenal too. Don't get me wrong. I think he was the cream of the crop of this year, without a doubt. But dude, Harold Fannin, like everybody was like, he went. I'm pretty sure he went to Bowling Green. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a bullshit school, dude. Like it was not
Yeah.
like he was routing these boys up, boy. I wish he would have went to like a bigger power school because I think his stock would have been insane. But yeah, he was solid coming out this year and showing
Oh
that.
yeah, amazing tape. I loved watching his scouting film. I enjoyed it a lot. Same with Elijah Arroyo, who came out of Miami. Like really enjoyed those two. I'm glad they went under the radar. If you landed Fannin in any of your drafts, you came out rookie in dynasty or redraft, man. You came out feeling pretty good. But
I
and
was hunting him down in a lot of my best ball, and like he is really paid fruition for me on that.
yeah, he's been creeping up on Tyler Warren with the past couple weeks because Tyler Warren's kind of been non-existent. He's only grabbed 6 targets in the last 2 games, or in each of the last 2 games, excuse me, I should say. Because Tyler Warren, you're like, oh yeah, he's this, he's that. Well, Fannin's creeping up there, man. Like, so,
Yeah.
which don't get me wrong, I still think Tyler Warren over the long haul is going to be the better own, like for Dynasty. But Harold Fannin right now, like the Browns might be looking someplace else for David Njoku and say,
Yeah.
hey, we don't really need you. We have this other kid over here who looks pretty darn good.
Who's been balling out? Yeah.
Mellow Mike. Is it true Philip Rivers had a kid every time he lost to Tom Brady?
Actually, to be
Like the wife gave him a little sympathy sex? Is that what we're talking about here, Mike?
twins, dude. Every time Tom Brady beat him.
Every time he lost to Tom Brady?
Yeah, he had twins.
I mean, then I guess Mike's onto something.
Yeah, dude, he's got.
That's hilarious. 2 minutes left in the show. Let's run down some hot starts this week. What are some players we think, based on matchups, are going to be looking pretty good? So Texans at home against the Raiders. What we'll do, we'll select a few matchups instead of going through all of them. So Texans at home against the Raiders. Who do you think from the Raiders is going to have a good game?
Fucking nobody.
Oh, okay.
Not a soul. Maybe Trey Tucker on like a please. I threw a bomb down the field and it didn't get intercepted for the first time this
Yeah. I like where Devil Dog's going. Texans defense.
year. Yeah, Texas defense.
Fire up your Texas defense, who has been elite, bro. All right, next matchup. Let's look at here's a good one. Cowboys Chargers. Cowboys are at home against the Chargers.
I would be firing up my CeeDee Lamb shares. I would be firing up Javonte Williams, my Dax. Uh, I'm a little bit hesitant on Justin. Like I really am hesitant on Justin Herbert as of late, and I don't know what it is. It's like gut feeling to me, but like this game is projected to be like 48.5 points or like 50.5 points, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I see it, but at the same time, like man, that offense has not looked the part
Yeah.
as of recent. I think it's a lot of
Well,
to
let's
it's
close out strong with an offense that has looked really good and an offense and defense is kind of coming up. Ravens at home against the Patriots.
oh buddy, Trevo, fire up Trevo.
Boom. I love it. I love it. Love me some Hendo.
Up him, Drake May, like he has almost been matchup proof in like this whole season. He's been fucking lights out. So I got to give credit where credit's due on him. As far as the wide receivers, I gross. I'd start Zay Flowers, maybe. He's gonna be the only one that like I could really see having a big day there for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Uh I you have to start up Derrick Henry, you gotta start up, your Lamar, so here's what it is.
Yeah. Well,
All right, boys.
that is what's up?
I said, all right, boys. We've made it.
Yep. Well, hopefully we've given everybody enough information to help you out. We've got a lot of viewers over there on Twitter or X right now. Make sure you head on over to YouTube and type in Kingmaker Sports, put at Kingmaker Sports on there, and come on over and give us a subscribe, because what that does is that enters you in for a chance to win a free jersey of one of any of our favorite fantasy players once we hit 200 subscribers. We're well on our way. We're creeping up to 120 right now. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and get a chance to win you a free jersey. From Slayton and myself today, hopefully we've helped you out with enough information to win your round 2 matchup and go on to the finals and get you a championship, whether it's a ring, a trophy, a belt, whatever that you have. Even if it's a steak dinner, I know some leagues have rewards for that instead of money or a prize or whatever like that. So thank you everybody for joining us today. Have a blessed Sunday. Slayton, any last words for everybody?
Man, I'm just so happy to see all these people coming in and tuning in and chatting with us during the morning. It just really it makes this so much worth all the time and all the effort that we put in there to see people coming to ask us for questions, and that it's truthfully is heartwarming, and I just can't thank you guys enough to have you out here and to join this journey with us and to kind of build with us. And hopefully if you guys have made it this far, you guys are sitting in the king seat with the Kingmakers and just, going to defeat your league this year. So,
Well, Devil Dog stays in first place in both of his leagues. So hopefully some of that from us has helped you get there. But you're right, man. It does. We do love all the interaction, and it does make it feel like we're helping everybody out by doing this. You are right, man. Well, tune in on Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Well, you'll see us again, and maybe we can get a little sneak peek of the old Mick Lipper will be joining us. But I know he's out there in California keeping the lights on. So we miss you on here, Mick. Later, brother. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, guys.